The Dallas Mavericks have defeated the Oklahoma City Thunder 106-98, and we needed this win badly. In a game where we had no Luka Dončić, no Derrick Lively, still no Dante Exum, as well as no SGA as he was a late game stretch for the Thunder, and they still don't have Isaiah Hartenstein or Chet Holmgren, you could say that it was an even playing field. Although we did have Kyrie Irving, this game should have been in the bag, and although we did end up winning, things did look a little shaky after halftime, but we do have the Oklahoma City Thunder killer, and that is PJ Washington, and as well as Najee Marshall, Kyrie Irving, and many other players all rallied together to help secure this win. So in this video, we're going to take a look at what exactly happened, what went right, what went wrong, and who stood on business. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, we're currently sitting at 16,820 subscribers, getting very, very close to 17K. But if you're enjoying everything that we're doing here at Mavs Digest with our live watch-alongs, our news vids, our giveaways, and everything else in between, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on a single thing that we do. But in this game, right before tip-off, obviously we got the injury report. No Luka Dončić, no Derrick Lively, and no Dante Exum. But we did find out that Kyrie Irving was a late game scratch. He was available for tonight's game as he's been dealing with that bulging disc in his back. He played against Denver. He didn't play against the New Orleans Pelicans. And he was questionable for tonight's game, but he was good to go, and although it wasn't an amazingly fantastic, flashy game from Kyrie, it was exactly what the Dallas Mavericks needed. But the Oklahoma City Thunder also had injuries. They had no Isaiah Hartenstein, no Chet Holmgren, and as a late scratch, there was no SGA. But the Oklahoma City Thunder are the #1 team in the West. They have one of the best records, or tied for the best records with the Cleveland Cavaliers. They should be able to get this dub easy, right? Wrong. The Dallas Mavericks came out with the right energy. We were up by 20 points by halftime. PJ Washington staying on business, being the Oklahoma City Thunder killer like he is. Kyrie Irving facilitating and hitting big shots. Everybody on our bench not facilitating, but they were scoring. There was some facilitating as well, but everybody was pitching in. We were playing good defense. We were playing good offense. And even though we did win the game, it wasn't without our own fair share of battles, as Jaden Hardy did go out with the right ankle sprain, only played a minute of action. There was a weird play where he was going off of a screen, and then not Isaiah Joe, it was Aaron Wiggins. Aaron Wiggins just pulled him down, fell on top of him, ankle sprain. He left the game and did not return. And then late in the second half, Dwight Powell didn't get injured by the Thunder, but he kind of slipped on something, sweat obviously on the floor. He had a weird fall. He has a hip injury. He left the game. Don't know when he'll return. There was a whole lot of tension between the teams. You could definitely see it. Guys were getting each other's faces. PJ got a technical for just standing around, and they pushed PJ. They also got a tech. It was insane. And of course, Lou Dort was a dork, just playing football when we're playing basketball, running guys over, flopping, which he got a technical foul for flopping. It was an insane game. This was a regular season game, but the Thunder were treating it like it was a finals game. Obviously, they got some beef from us, or beef with us, as we beat them last year in the playoffs, and we also beat them earlier this season. And one thing is constant with this team this year, we beat the Oklahoma City Thunder twice without Luka Dončić this year. The Dallas Mavericks pulled it together. We got the dub in the end, but it wasn't without a few losses. Like I said, no Jaden Hardy for a while. Dwight Powell is going to be out for a while as well, which doesn't make things any easier. I know Jaden Hardy and Dwight Powell are end of the bench guys, more so Dwight Powell, but we're going to be without Luka Dončić. Still don't know when Dante Exum is back. Supposed to be back next week. Derrick Lively might be back on Monday, but now we don't have Jaden Hardy, which he has been playing very well, raising that trade value, which makes it a lot harder to trade him now, as the trade deadline is on February 6th, and obviously we're without our mascot, Dwight Powell. But let's take a look at the box score and see how things really looked. PJ Washington with 16 points, 1 steal, 5 assists, 7 rebounds, was 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 2 of 4 from 3, and 6 of 8 from the floor. Wasn't the craziest, flashiest game, but obviously a definite turnaround after the last few games that he's had already. Definitely a big game for PJ. Like I said, the Oklahoma City Thunder killer. Daniel Gafford in 20 minutes had 8 points, 2 blocks, 1 steal, 2 assists, 6 rebounds, was 4 of 8 from the free throw line, 2 of 3 from 3. Not the biggest game after what he just did in New Orleans, but I'm okay with what he did. He was 2 of 3, not 2 of 10, right? And Kyrie Irving in his game back in 39 minutes had 25 points. He had 3 turnovers, but he had 1 steal, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. He was 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 3 of 8 from 3, and 9 of 19 from the floor. Not the best game. Obviously, we know that Kyrie Irving is still dealing with that back injury. That's not going to go away anytime soon. But I'm okay with how he played because we end up winning by 8 points. The Oklahoma City Thunder didn't even score 100 points. The Mavericks, as a total team with everything working against us, I think it was a good game. Obviously, we know what Kyrie Irving is capable of, but he gets a pass. Spencer Dinwiddie, I think he played well tonight. He had 16 points, 2 steals, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, was 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 4 of 9 from 3, which he was hitting big threes late in the game to help extend the lead. And in total, he was 5 of 13 from the floor. Sometimes you want Spencer to keep shooting, sometimes you want him to stop shooting, but in a game like this, I'm okay with the shots that he took. 5 of 13 isn't great, but it's better than 5 of 20, right? And Klay Thompson, very, very weird. He played 24 minutes, had 6 points. However, he did have 1 block, 3 steals, 3 assists, 5 rebounds. Shot 2 of 5 from 3, 2 of 7 from the floor. Offensively, wasn't really there tonight. Didn't really take that many shots, but he was doing a lot of other things, especially on the defensive end. 3 steals, that's huge. 3 assists, 5 rebounds. I'm totally fine with what Klay was doing. Off the bench, Maxey had a pretty slow start, but picked it up late in the game. He had 7 points, 2 blocks, 4 assists, 2 rebounds. 0 of 4 from 3, but 2 of 7 from the floor. Made all his free throws. And I know I'm pretty hard on Maxey. Y'all may think I hate Maxey. That's not the case. I always celebrate guys whenever they're playing well. And when they're not playing well, you got to call it out. And I will say I'm okay with how Maxey played. I know he was 0 of 4 from 3, but he's taking the shots. He's not scared or he's not choosing not to. Last game, he didn't take a single shot. So I'm fine with this from Maxey. However, Max in only 9 minutes also had 7 points. He had 2 rebounds, was 1 of 2 from 3, and 3 of 4 from the field. Slowly but surely, Max is getting more minutes, and he's showing us that he can do something. Slowly finding his role, finding his niche, finding how or what he is to this team. It's going to take time, and I'm glad that he's getting some kind of run. Najee Marshall had a quiet first half, but exploded in the second half, especially in that fourth quarter. In 34 minutes off the bench, he had 14 points, 1 block, 3 steals, 1 assist, 10 rebounds, a double-double for Najee, shooting 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 3 of 5 from 3, and 5 of 8 from the floor. The knife strikes back was definitely what we needed off the bench. Dwight Powell, before going down in 5 minutes, only had 2 points, no rebounds, no assists. He was 1 of 1 from the floor, but like I said, he has a weird hip injury. It was a weird slip, awful fall. Quentin Grimes in 22 minutes had a very quiet game, only 5 points, 1 assist, and 3 rebounds, 1 of 3 from 3, and 2 of 4 from the field. And Jaden Hardy, 1 minute, had 1 turnover, and he got hurt. Like I said, he's out with the ankle sprain, unfortunately. But this game was incredible. Like I said, it felt like a playoff game watching it, and I don't like seeing that. The Thunder without SGA obviously was missing that offensive juggernaut that they have, obviously showing the league why he's the MVP, because without him, his team can't even score 100 points. We don't have Luka. We have an injured Kyrie. We got no Derrick Lively, and I understand they're also missing some key players as well. However, this game, honestly, I'm glad we won. I'm going to say this right now. I'm glad we won. But with the way that the Thunder were playing that first half, they kind of threw it away. Getting in little arguments with the refs, pushing us, fouling consistently. They were not in this game. They looked very, very immature, and it showed. It wasn't until the third quarter where they outscored us 33-14. We went up by 20 points at half. And by the end of the third quarter, we're only up by 2. Obviously, that showed that they had to turn things around late in the game, but it wasn't enough. The Dallas Mavericks had just what they needed in the fourth quarter to seal this game. There was a whole bunch of reviewing of plays in the fourth quarter. It felt like a whole hour had gone by when there was only 3 minutes left on the clock. But at the end of the day, the Mavs got the dub. We're no longer going to be the 7th seed. I want to say we're about half game behind the 5th seed Clippers. So as long as we can find wins where we can, things don't look completely lost. As long as we keep getting wins when we can get wins and stay out of that play-in territory, when Luka comes back, I believe we could have a pretty easy going for the rest of the season. But we got to talk about who stood on business, and I know everybody's going to say it was PJ Washington, but I'm a challenge that. My candidate for who stood on business was Najee Marshall. 14 points, 1 block, 3 steals, 1 assist, and 10 rebounds off the bench was exactly what we needed to seal the deal, especially late in the fourth quarter. He definitely stood on business. You could argue it's PJ. He's the OKC Thunder killer. I get that. Kyrie Irving as well. There's a few players that you could say. For me, I'm going to say Najee Marshall. But a few things I want to show you guys real quick is this right here. Like I said, Najee Marshall, 14 points, 10 rebounds, which is a season high, with 3 steals, 1 block, shooting 63% from the floor, 60% from 3, and 100% from the free throw line. That's that knife talk. But another thing right here, the Oklahoma City Thunder have lost 7 games this entire season. Two of those 7 losses are to the Dallas Mavericks. Both are without Luka Doncic. Again, I don't know what it is. We're just the Thunder kryptonite. If we're fully healthy, even if both teams are fully healthy, I still have a lot of faith in this Dallas Mavericks team for whatever reason, whatever you want to call it. We just have their number, and we just walk away with wins every time we see them. And the last thing here is P.J. Washington has won 6 of his last 7 games against the Thunder. That's the best winning percentage versus Oklahoma City by any player in the entire NBA during that span. So yeah, PJ being the OKC Thunder killer is an absolute truth. The fact that the fans think that we did some weird blood magic ritual or did some weird satanic ritual for PJ to just go off against Thunder, sure. Worry about PJ, not Luka or Kyrie. That'll go well for you. But let me know what you think stood on business. Do you think it was PJ? Do you think it was Kyrie, Najee? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. We'd have a conversation about it. But that's what I got for you guys today. Thank you for making this far to the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter or Discord. Links in the description below. Consider becoming a channel member. We are doing a giveaway every single month on this channel. The only way to enter our giveaways is become a channel member of any tier. But till next time, y'all take care. Drink water. Peace.